Well, Pete, honourable draw in the end. Your thoughts on that result down in the capital?
I think it was a really good scrap actually from start to finish. I think from a lot of times all three results were on the card really for both teams. I thought you couldn't get a game set up much better than on the last day when they were 5 down about sort of 160 or 170 on wherever it was. So we thought we'd get early wickets, we could win the game. Obviously, if they'd got away and been able to get us in a bit earlier, then they'd have had a chance. So yeah, it was a good game of cricket on a really good pitch. I think plenty of seam up front for certainly early in the game, and as the game went on, it turned a bit more and became a bit easier to battle.
When we're talking about key players in the match from a Notts perspective, you can name a whole list of them really from a bowling perspective. Obviously you've got fifers for Lyndon is first as well, and Brett in Surrey's second innings, and then you've got a century for Will Young on his debut, and a couple other 50s from other contributors in the batting lineup. Did it feel like an all-round performance from your side?
I think so. I mean, what I enjoyed about the game was both sides went at it from the start to the finish. Both sides were really fully committed, so credit to how Surrey played. I thought it was an outstanding debut for Will Young. He probably was on the pitch for 3.5 days of the 4, I think. But he showed real calmness, real discipline as a player, as well as being a quality player. So credit to him. And I think that first, losing a bowler in the first session is always tough. Lyndon James went to a place he's not been before, really, where he's bowled in excess of 40 odd overs in the game. And to get 6 foot under that sort of pressure for him, first time he's really been asked to do the third seamer's role, I thought was great credit to him. And Brett Hutton's done what he's done all season. He's bowled really well, and to do that in the second innings when we were really short on options really, because with Dane Patterson going off as well, I thought a lot of character as well as a lot of skill.
And from the latest tables that I've seen, Brett Hutton is joint top wicket takers so far in the county championship. A credit to his performances so far this season.
Yeah, he's having a great season, and he's changed a few things actually, or refined them a bit with Kevin, and that's really, I think, allowing him to be really effective pretty well on any surface. So not just when the conditions are in his favour, also when it's flatter, he's shown effective ways of getting people out. So he takes a huge amount of credit for that. And we bowled well as a unit. I thought Calvin Harrison did a fantastic job as well, really, because first innings, bowling on the first day at the Oval, especially when there's a green tinge to the pitch, was hard, and he went under 3 and over and really did a great job for us, but bowled aggressively. And this second innings again, he bowled beautifully as well as batting well. So he's a young man who's really starting to make his mark in county cricket.
Obviously, we can't not mention the injuries that have occurred throughout this fixture. We lost the skipper, Stephen Mullaney, before we could even begin. Jake Ball missed out almost entirely as well, and a couple of other players suffering niggles throughout. And I suppose with the result that we've achieved here, even though it wasn't a win, it shows a lot of resilience in the side after all that. Yeah,
the lads showed a lot of character. They really did, and and it's what the coaches want to see, it's what the supporters want to see, and it's what you should expect from yourself, I think, when you go and play. And because of that, we came out with it ended up being a draw, and we got very close to being able to force a win. A couple of really tight options towards the end of the innings. So really good game of cricket. And we'll see how people scrub up. Fortunately, we've got about 5 days now. It's finals weekend over the weekend, so that gives us a bit more time to see if we can get people up and ready for the next game. But we've had quite an extraordinary run of injuries in some ways, so it's important really that we try and look after those we've got on the park, and we get ready for what will be a good game, a big game as well, coming up against Hampshire.
Yeah, talking on the Hampshire game next week, the positives that we take from this game, I suppose, that they add some confidence to the side ahead of that fixture next week.
Yeah, I think you take a lot from the team. I do. I mean, I think, as you say, it was a collective performance, and it's exciting in some ways because we're now out of T20. That phase of mixing up, and we're into 2 more 4-day games, so the lads can, there'll be a huge focus on that. As I say, at the moment it's time for the lads to really get a weekend off, get some recovery time in, and then we'll start to prepare for that game on Monday.
A word on Hasib as well, deputising for Stephen as skipper in this game. Are you pleased with how well he did out there in the field?
I think he played really well, over 100 runs in the game for once out. I liked the way he played actually. He was really calm again, which I really like when he plays like that. He always takes his scoring options now. He's a much more positive player. But captaincy-wise, I think he did a great job. He's quite proactive actually. I think made some really good changes. early really. He saw something happening and changed his field. So yeah, I think credit to him. I thought he stepped in really well, and we'll just have to see how Steve scrubs up for the next game.